Are you worried about how you'll keep your kids busy all summer without letting them fall into the screen time trap? Well, look no further than Little Passports. Every month, Little Passports will send a kit packed with play-based activities, interactive crafts, puzzles, games, and stories to help kids have fun while they learn about the world around them. For listeners of the show, Little Passports is offering new customers 50% off your first month of any subscription when you go to littlepassports.com/animal and use promo code ANIMAL at checkout. That's 50% off your first month of any subscription when you go to littlepassports.com/animal and use ANIMAL at the checkout.
Hello, Critter Protectors. Mr. Jim here, and welcome to Kids Animal Stories, a place where there's always a mystery and adventure around every single corner. If you love critters of all shapes and sizes, I need you on our Critter Protector team. Join our adventure as we learn about critters from around the world and in our backyards. Well, my friends, are you ready for today's adventure? Me too! Let's go!
Corbyn the Asian water monitor had just put in a super long day out in the rice field, fighting off and hunting. Do you remember what it was? Yes, crabs! His job played an important role in keeping the rice field free of critters like crabs who come to destroy it. I didn't know that. That's pretty awesome that Asian water monitors keep rice fields safe from those hungry crabs that want to eat it all up for themselves. As Corbyn started his trek home through the forest, it felt like work just to keep his eyes open and his feet moving. He had eaten so many crabs and fought off what seemed like thousands, and he was very tired. Oh, I can't wait to snuggle up and get to sleep tonight. What a day, Corbyn thought to himself. But what Corbyn didn't realize was that he had taken a turn too quickly and was headed in the opposite direction of home. He walked and walked until he came to the edge of a river and realized, oh, wait a minute. Where am I? He stuck his tongue out to taste the air and realized that he was very far from home. Oh dear, I must have somehow missed my turn. Just so tired, I can't even remember where I wandered off. Just then, Corbyn heard a sound from the bush a few feet away. I see we have a visitor. Yes, we sure do. Two king cobras emerged from the bushes and started slithering right towards Corbyn. This was not the place he wanted to be. King cobras eat monitors, especially younger ones like Corbyn. These cobras were humongous, and there were two of them. Corbyn knew he didn't have much time before they'd strike with their venomous fangs. Without even saying anything back, he dove right into the river and started to swim fast underwater. He dove deep under the water and swam for a long time before even coming up for air. You see, monitors are able to swim underwater and hold their breath for 30 minutes long. Holy smokes, that is a very long time. Can you imagine holding your breath for 30 minutes? That's a pretty amazing skill, and it comes in handy when you're being hunted down by king cobras. You see, they usually use this skill to hunt for aquatic prey, but this ability really did come in handy for Corbyn right now. When Corbyn finally came up to the water's surface, he looked around from side to side. Even though it had been a while, he'd made his way pretty far down the river. He was still worried that cobras had somehow followed him. Whoa, that could have been so bad, but it looks like I lost them. Corbyn climbed out of the water and sat down on the edge. He looked up and down the riverbank, trying to make some sense of where he was. and decided to head into the forest again in hopes of finding some clue to where he was. Well, I'm either a lot further than I thought, or I'm just not catching any clues, he thought to himself. As Corbyn took another big sigh, he caught a smell, and it was quite familiar. Wait a second. What is that? It smells like a crocodile, one that's been rotting for at least a few days. You see, monitors have the ability to smell a carcass from very far away. Do you know what a carcass is? Yeah, that means a dead body. Corbyn followed his nose and eventually came upon the carcass and some familiar faces. Everett? Malachi? Is that you guys? Corbyn shouted. They both looked up with mouths full of food. Corbyn? Is that you? What are you doing over here this late? Everett asked. Don't you live on the other side of the forest? Malachi asked, quite confused. Oh, it's a long story, guys, but I'm so glad I ran into you here, said Corbyn as he caught them up on his crazy day of adventures. Hey, do you think I could stay the night with your lounge? At this rate, I don't think I'm going to get home for hours, and tomorrow's bound to be another busy day at the field. Oh, absolutely, my friend. We've always got room. And besides, we plan to test out a new climbing tree on the way to work tomorrow morning, said Malachi, who loved climbing even more than Corbyn. Oh, thanks, guys, Corbyn said. Today didn't quite turn out like I thought it would, but I sure am glad I'm on the other side. The friends headed back to Everett and Malachi's burrow near the river, settled in for the night. And the next morning, after some amazing early climbing, Corbyn caught up with his dad at the field and told him about that crazy encounter with the king cobras and his friends who helped him out along the way. Wow, what an amazing story. And even though this is the end of our story about Corbyn, it's only just the beginning of the amazing water monitor adventures that lie ahead for them. The end. Great job, you listened all the way to the end. Yeah, so Asian water monitors, do you remember, are they the number 1 or number 2 largest lizard in the world? Yeah, number 2 behind the Komodo dragon. Asian water monitors are very powerful. Great swimmers, very strong jaws with strong teeth, and they can hold their breath for how long? Yes, 30 minutes long. Holy smokes, that's a long time. Well, friends, I hope you have a super duper day. And my critter protector friends, I will see you on our next adventure. Bye!